Sports back in the mix. How's your energy, Southern Arizona? Good evening to you. I'm Paul Cicala. Ari Alexander has the weekend off. And what a night it was at the TCC. I'm talking about some in-your-face, ground and pound, down for the takedown mixed martial arts. Thousands turned out to see a handful of Tucson area fighters going toe-to-toe in the octagon. Check it out with RUF 27. Of course, there was an electric crowd from the onset at the TCC with pros and amateurs duking it out. And at 125 pounds, Tucson's Terry Cartwright and Leonel Tena went toe-to-toe, and Tena would eventually take him down, and Tena comes out on top in KO fashion. And in another amateur bout, Keith Andreas from the Salt River area took on this guy, Cristiano Burriel, a former wrestler here in Tucson. It was a bout featuring heavyweights at 265 pounds and then some. And from the get-go, Cristiano Burriel from Stanton MMA would take his opponent down for the ground and pound. Burriel wins by TKO. Pumped up. And you may remember Tommie Stephens, who fights out of Sahuarita via Eloy, Arizona. The former grappler took on Antonio Garcia, who was a former state champ in wrestling at Sunnyside High School in 2010. The two would throw down throughout the night, and not much taking it to the ground, despite both of them having big wrestling backgrounds. And Stephens comes out on top in a split decision. We will hear from the fighters on News 4 Tucson at 5:30 and at 10 p.m. on Sunday. It is never too early to start talking about the 2020 Summer Olympics right here on NBC. And how about a tune-up for Team USA? Let's head on out to the NR Pan-Pacific Championships in Tokyo. Let's pick things up with a men's 4x200 meter freestyle relay scene right here on KVOA. I'm here with you, boys. He moves, you move. Don't forget that. God bless, brother. Thank you. God bless you.
Bien relajado. Ahora sí, el dedito ahí, eso está, ¿eh? Va a tirar por el takedown, Tommie. No se lo des, no se lo des. Ahí está otra vez el 6, ¿eh? ¡Eso! ¡Eso! Síguelo con el 3 ahora. Igualito con el 3. Igualito con el 3. Heisman out. Heisman out. Respira, respira. Tócalo nomás. Tócalo nomás. Ahí está. Muy bien. Muy bien. Ahora por arriba, por arriba. Tócalo. Heisman out. Heisman out. Le dolió. Síguelo con el 3 ahora, Síguelo con el 3. Ahora sí el cuerpo otra vez. El cuerpo otra vez. ¡Eso! Relajado ahora sí. Ahora respira. La pierna por adentro abajo. Síguelo con el 2. ¡Eso! Igual pero con el 2. Igual pero con el 2. There you go. Mete la cabeza en el centro, Tommie. Breathing heavy to the center. Breathing. No tires con fuerza. No tires con fuerza, no más toca. Saca el aire. Muy bien. No tires con fuerza, nomás toca. Descansa. Easy, Tommy. Sigue con el 3, Tommy. Sigue con el 3.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Hey, put another one. Going to sleep. Put another one. Going to sleep. Put another one on him. Put another one on him. Put another one on him. Take him down. Right now. Go. Go. Hey. Response to that jab. You don't have a response to that jab. He doesn't have a response. Now add your right hand on him. Add your right hand on him. There you go.
Tommy gun.
There you go.
A la pierna otra vez.
Nothing, Antonio.
Por afuera.
There goes his chin again. There goes his chin again. Hey! Hey! Yeah, hey! Touch him in the chin. He's going down. Look. Hey. Give me a body. He's tired.
Bolsa al cuerpo, mueve la cabeza. Mueve la cabeza. Get on your feet. Otra vez lo pasaba por afuera. Eso. Go. Eso. Mueve las manos. Mueve la cabeza. Bolsa al cuerpo.
Put him on the ground when you're ready.
Eso.
Hey.
Pasaba por afuera otra vez.
Hey.
Eso.
Nothing. open. Your head is open. It's in the red.
Ahora síguelo con la mano
Hey,
derecha.
there we go. There we go.
Eso, ándale, muy bien, muy bien.
Gentlemen, these two titans go the distance. For the first time this evening, we go to the direct cellular cricket wireless scorecards. Judge Frank scores this bout 29-28 in favor for Stephens. Judge Tom Gebauer scores this bout 29-28 in favor of Garcia. Judge Flores scores this bout 29-28, declaring your winner by majority decision, Tommie Stephens. Ladies and gentlemen, with your victor here, center cage, Mr. Tommie Monsoon Season. Mr. Stephens, it looked as if I'm just going to put it out there, you got yourself an injury somewhere early third round, maybe late second round. How did you fight through it, and how did you stay the course?
You know, my life had a lot of adversity, and I just keep going. You know, I got great people around me. First, I want to thank Dominate Fitness and MMA. We're down in Green Valley. Bring your family. Great place to grow as a family. Thank my dad. You know, I can say a lot about that. Thank you, Dad. My wife and family. That's what it's about. I sacrificed a lot to get in here. So when I hurt my hand early in the fight, you know, it's expected. Adversity is expected with me now. So I just want to push through. He's a stud. Apex is a great gym. And I'm just excited for the next fight. Thank you, everybody.
One last question for you, Tommie. You've been a part of the RUF MMA family for a while. You are a veteran. have been through some adversity. Is there something we should expect from you here in the near future? Is there a fight you're looking for?
You know, my life goal, honestly, maybe not much to a lot of people, is to be RUF champion. So whenever that fight presents itself, Tyler, he's the champion fight tonight. I don't want to say too much else about that, but I'm looking forward to that fight. I thank Joe, I thank CJ for constantly, you know, pushing me to stay with this, because life has a way of keeping you out of the cage. I want to thank everybody here, Paul, Cicala, so many great people are in this building, and it's just an honor to be here right now. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner this evening by decision, Tommie Stephens. Opponent to the red corner, Sam.
Thank you, boys.
Hey, thank you, Tommy.
Hey, man, thank you guys for showing up, man. That's awesome.
Hey, we're
Yeah.
gonna follow you from now.
Yeah, do it.
Take care of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good looking out. This one right here, man.
So you know,
Picture. Look at the picture.
fucking with me.
Go down there, dominate in Green Valley. Go hang it out. Got you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, find me on Facebook, Tommie Stephens. Tommie Stephens. Yeah. Babe, give me my Facebook. Hey, there you go. You got some better fights right now. Yeah. What's up, brother?
Yeah. All right. Well, first things first. I mean, describe what it meant to you to take care of business in the ring like that.
Yeah, you know, it means everything. A lot of sacrifice. It's been 2 years since I've been able to put on a performance like this, and to do it at home in Tucson. This stuff dreams are made of. You know, this is. Yeah, I was born for this. I'm happy.
Describe how his jab was affecting you. It seemed like he had a reach advantage.
Yeah, you know what? He did have that reach. I kept my head in the middle. I should have moved more, but you know, that's something to take back to the film room. Pay attention. The jab kept landing. Once I got around the jab, he didn't have nothing for me. I kept hitting him on top of the head. I damaged my hand early in the fight. By the third round, after the 6th or 7th right hand, I'm pretty sure I broke it. And yeah, I'm just happy to get the win. My kicks were working. Yeah, amazing fight. Amazing fight. I'm happy.
Now, I know you're a former wrestler. He was a former state champ at a powerhouse like Sunnyside. Never went to the ground, really. I mean, are you surprised that neither of you utilized those talents?
You know what? I think our wrestling kind of crossed each other out, and I tried a few takedowns. He was really slippery. He moved away. He tried a takedown. I got up right away. Yeah, my wrestling is world class in my mind. His wrestling was obviously really good. So yeah, I hit harder. He has a granite chin, hard head. So I worked the body a lot. My knees to the body were good. I had a few uppercuts to the body, a few switch kicks that worked. And I think that's what separated. That's what the judges seen me using all of my skills, not just you know, punching. So I'm happy. Yeah.
Anytime you got to be concerned when it goes to the judges. You know, in a sense, they were going to look at his jabs that were connected on you compared to your kicks.
Right.
So was there any side inside of you that was a little bit nervous though?
You know, I'm not gonna say I was nervous. I knew his jab was just good. You know, he probably had 2 or 3 inch reach advantage, and he was quick with his jab. His cardio was amazing. He trained very hard for this fight. Apex is a world-class gym.
But not necessarily nervous for him, but nervous that the judges might not have taken it, you know, looking to the fact that you were connecting on kicks, and they might have looked at his jabs instead.
Yeah, well, I felt my kicks really were more than his jabs. You know, I think I threw 3 kicks every 1 jab, so I know that kept me ahead in the cards. And I was controlling the ring for the most part. If I wanted to stay in the middle, we were in the middle. When we went up on the cage, I was working towards a takedown, and he was pretty much just backpedaling. That's how he, you know, stopped his. That was his takedown defense, is to back up. And whenever we would trade, I was definitely winning every trade in exchange, causing him to back up. I just had more skills overall, but he definitely had matched me with heart. He matched me with cardio, and definitely on the ground.
Okay. One last question I'm going to ask you again. You know, describe what it meant for you to be able to fight in front of your hometown like this.
Yeah, to fight here in Tucson, who in my mind is the capital of the world, the most beautiful place. I know that's a little exaggerated. The most beautiful place in the world. We have just a great scene. I love the U of A. Tucson is my home. You know, I want to retire here and maybe start my own gym one day. But it's
what would it mean for you to? Would it mean for you to see all the fans here from Tucson cheering for you?
Yeah, you know, just to get my name out there to
Tucson fans, people that are new to MMA, that's a big deal. Pima County is such a special place. I've been around the United States, and this is home. This is where I'm raising my family. I got 5 boys, and this is where I'll be sending them to high school. So I'm just happy to be in Tucson. I look forward to the next Tucson event.
All right.